Tonight, in the early morning light, an East End stabbing leaves one man dead.
Our investigation has revealed today that this is an isolated incident.
And police looking for a suspect.
1 day longer, 1 day stronger.
Going to school was a little tougher today.
You're disrupting my education.
For students at Algonquin.
I paid for a parking pass here, but now I have to go park elsewhere and walk in and pay extra money. It's like, I'm a student, I don't have the extra money for that.
As striking support staff escalate job action blocking entrances at the Ottawa campus. And increase security at Jewish synagogues and institutions here in Ottawa.
I promise you that I will do everything in my power to guarantee you the security that you deserve.
After an attack apparently targeting Jews at a synagogue in the UK. Good evening. We begin tonight with the latest on the investigation into the city's 14th homicide of the year. Police are searching for a suspect after a man was stabbed to death in the Saint Laurent area early this morning. It happened around 6:50 a.m. on Saint Laurent Boulevard between Brittany Drive and Montreal Road. CTV's Natalie Van Roy joins us now with the latest. Natalie.
Patricia, an entire stretch of Saint Laurent was shut down for much of the day for the investigation. And although roads have now reopened, police have released few details on a possible suspect. Police taped sections off Saint Laurent Boulevard after a man was stabbed to death early Thursday morning.
I'm really shocked whenever I hear about a murder in Ottawa.
Ottawa paramedics say a man was found with stab wounds outside a building on the street. He was transported to hospital in life-threatening condition and later died.
At this point, we're not releasing any information about our victim. We're still in the process of trying to locate and notify next of kin. We believe that our investigation has revealed today that this is an isolated incident. We don't believe that there's any threat to public safety.
Officers placing markers along the stretch of Saint Laurent, which was closed for much of the day.
You get cop cars around here, but nothing like this. Like, this is the first time I've lived here 2 years, and the street was closed. The roads are going to be closed for several hours, and if we leave, we can't come back for several hours.
Investigators going door to door canvassing for witnesses as they continue to search for a suspect.
Our homicide unit members continue to gather evidence, speak to witnesses, and obtain video evidence of the area. At this point, I'm not in a position to divulge any information about our suspect.
I've just found out about it. I live in the building here nearby. I was just on my way to the car and I saw a notice that the section of the road was closed. So I was going to walk over down the street, and I'm being told I can't do that.
The violent incident marking the 14th homicide of the year in Ottawa.
You feel bad for the guy's family if there was one. I don't really know much about the individual, but...
And police are asking anyone with information to contact the homicide unit. Patricia.
CTV's Natalie Van Roy live for us tonight. Thank you. We do have extended coverage of the stabbing in the city's East End. There are more stories online at ctvnewsottawa.ca. Well, support staff at Ontario colleges are escalating their job action as the strike enters its 4th week with no end in sight. Today, picketers at Algonquin blocking vehicle entrances to campus, disrupting class for both students and faculty, and leading to some tense moments. CTV's Dave Charbonneau reports.
1 day longer, 1 day stronger.
Blocked entrances to the Algonquin Woodruff campus. Support staff workers on strike. Students trying to get to class frustrated.
You're disrupting my education.
This student inched his car right up to the barricade, demanding to be let in.
I paid for a parking pass here, but now I have to go park elsewhere and walk in and pay extra money. It's like, I'm a student, I don't have the extra money for that.
They have the right to picket. I also have the right to cross the picket line. So when their right is like being held almost above my own, it's really frustrating.
Ottawa police on picket line patrol. The strike at 24 Ontario colleges began September 11th. Job security, a key issue.
We have support from students, from community, from other unions that have been on our lines, and we're here to say we're not going to stop, we're not backing down. This is the start of a province-wide escalation, and we will continue to do so until the college starts to negotiate in good faith.
No classes were canceled. Some students went home instead of dealing with the picketers.
Support staff claim they're there for students, but today's behavior is not supportive of that. Students have been told that if they've missed class or been late for classes, there'll be no consequences whatsoever. that their student safety is a priority to all of us.
Students trying to drive onto the campus were forced to park elsewhere, risking a parking ticket.
I can't even park in the parking lot that I paid $400 for, so I had to park in College Square, so I'm hoping my car doesn't get towed.
I paid to park in the college, and now I'm gonna be wasting my money, so it's a little bit frustrating. But I do support their cause. I mean, hey, we do need colleges.
I think it's right what they're doing. Only issue is kind of tough getting to school. That's about it.
Faculty say the strike is also making it difficult for them to do their jobs.
I wish I could support them. However, they are disrupting my work. And I'm trying to serve my students. I'm here for a 3 hours lab, and then I have a 2 hours course.
Contract talks broke down this week. The union represents 10,000 support workers at 24 Ontario colleges. Dave Charbonneau, CTV News.
Well, meantime, Algonquin's Perth campus is officially up for sale. It's one of the drastic measures the college is taking to address a multi-million-dollar budget deficit. But some in the community are fighting to save it, and they have the backing of someone with deep pockets. The listing for the nearly 12.5-acre property near downtown Perth is live, but without a list price. CTV's Dylan Dyson has been looking into this and joins us live with more. Dylan.
Patricia, earlier this year, Algonquin College announced it would be closing its Perth campus in August 2026 due to financial shortfalls. But there is one local investor who has a dream to keep the school open.
From the shed-type looking buildings, but over in the timber frame, there used to be a masonry program here.
Andy Coburn has a deep connection to Algonquin College's Perth campus.
I'm a graduate of the Heritage Carpentry program in 2000 and worked in the field in the industry as a carpenter for many years and then taught here for 16 years.
When he learned the college planned to shut down the campus and put it up for sale, he knew he wanted to fight to save it.
The skills that someone comes out of this program with will give them that opportunity to help with things like the housing crisis or the fact that we've got to retrofit millions of buildings over the next couple of decades.
Coburn is now part of a community-wide effort to stop the Perth campus from closing, an initiative led by former Shopify executive Toby Shannon, who wants to buy the college.
We would like to purchase the college and turn it into a not-for-profit heritage vocational trades college.
As a Perth local and former tradesman, Shannon says he is committed to keeping trades education alive in the town.
I wouldn't make any money off it. No one would make money off it. But the goal would for the college to be self-perpetuating, so it would be, it could be profitable, but that profit would be poured back into the college.
The real estate listing by CBRE shows 5 buildings on the more than 12-acre plot for sale, but with no list price.
I know it's been appraised somewhere in the $12 to $15 million range.
The town's mayor says she would like to see an outcome that creates the most benefit for the area.
He is prepared to put money in, but it depends on the deal that's worked out with the provincial government.
And residents are hopeful of Shannon's interest.
There's a need for a trade school in this area, all areas really. There's a shortage of tradespeople.
I can't see anybody else taking it over. The way the school is set up, with the shops, the ventilation systems, everything they've got over there, it's just perfect for a shop.
The listing says that the seller is entertaining offers for the college campus as they come in. The site has capacity for 350 students. As of last spring, enrollment stood at 132 full-time students. Patricia.
We need those skilled trades workers. All right, CTV's Dylan Dyson live for us tonight. Thank you. And you can scan the QR code on the bottom of your screen to link to us online or visit ctvnewsottawa.ca. We have more details on the effort to save Algonquin College's Perth campus. Still ahead, the infamous McDonald's is long gone from Rideau. Now a new business is hoping for success in the busy downtown location. We bring you inside tonight. Well, here's a live look now through our Centennial Glass sky cam. Another beautiful evening here in Ottawa. It's warmed up nicely after a chilly start, 18 degrees out there in the capital. And we do have a few clouds this evening that you have to contend with. That is about it over the next few days. Just beautiful. Friday and into the weekend, mainly sunny tomorrow and warm. Saturday and Sunday will both see very high temperatures. A few clouds maybe in the mix on Saturday for you, but no significant precipitation anywhere in your forecast. And you will see that sun emerge from the clouds by noon tomorrow. 18 degrees, warming it up by 4 to 24 degrees with a bit of a breeze out there as well. We'll have full details on your 7-day forecast coming up. Right now in the capital, 17 degrees in the sunshine. Well, there's an increased police presence around synagogues and other Jewish institutions across the city tonight after an alleged terror attack in the UK. British police say a man drove a car into a crowd at a synagogue and began stabbing people. CTV's Heather Wright has the latest.
On this, the holiest day of the Jewish calendar, an attack at a synagogue. Police say a man wearing what appeared to be an explosive vest first drove a car into people gathered outside a temple in Manchester, England, then got out of his car and attacked others with a knife. He was then shot dead by police while trying to get inside the building. 2 people were killed, 4 others injured.
We shouldn't be scared to feel or believe in what we believe.
The attack has been deemed an act of terror and occurred in an area of Manchester home to many Orthodox Jews. It comes at a time of heightened fears in the Jewish community and rising anti-Semitism around the world. The man suspected of carrying out the attack has been identified as 35-year-old Jihad al-Shami. 3 other people have been arrested as well on suspicion of commission, preparation and instigation of acts of terrorism and remain in custody.
I'm already able to say that additional police assets are being deployed to synagogues across the country, and we will do everything to keep our Jewish community safe.
Here at home, security has also increased outside of synagogues. Toronto police announced last month they would increase patrols throughout the high holidays, as well as during the lead up to the 2-year anniversary of the Hamas attacks of October 7th.
Scary times, obviously, okay, and it's crazy. It's crazy. This cannot continue.
If you can always justify our murder, then it doesn't stop.
Today, Prime Minister Mark Carney called the Manchester synagogue attack an appalling anti-Semitic atrocity, vowing we will always protect the inalienable rights of Jewish communities to live their lives free from intimidation and threats of violence. And despite the increased security, there is a fear within the Jewish community, a concern that what happened in England could happen here. Heather Wright, CTV News, Toronto.
The second outage affecting border inspection kiosks across the country this week led to delays for travelers earlier today. The kiosks went down this morning at multiple airports, including in Ottawa, Toronto, Montreal, Calgary, and Vancouver. The issue was resolved around 3 hours later. On Sunday, a similar outage lasted 10 hours, which led to long lines at some airports. The Canada Border Services Agency says today's outage was linked to the one last weekend, which was caused by an unforeseen technical problem during routine systems maintenance. Well, new data released today shows overweight and obesity rates are on the rise across the country. According to Stats Canada, between 2022 and 2024, between 68%, or more than 2/3 of adults aged 18 to 79, had a body mass index classified as overweight or having obesity. Before the COVID-19 pandemic, that number was around 60%. The founder of the Ottawa Hospital Weight Management Clinic says a lack of physical activity can have a big impact on an individual's weight.
COVID comes along and we're all confined to apartments. We don't go out anymore. We use video for a whole lot of meetings and things like that. So now we're seeing it impacting on the population again.
Dr. Robert Dent adds the pandemic also led to increases in screen time and snacking, which could also factor into weight gain. Obesity is linked to an increased risk of chronic heart conditions such as type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, hypertension, and certain cancers.
It's really tasty and it's all handmade, especially the seafood, the lobster, it's really fresh.
And you can no longer get fries with that, but we'll show you what you can get at a new Rideau Street restaurant opening in a particularly well-known location. Here's a live look now through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. Another warm October evening in Ottawa, 17 degrees in the capital. We're going to break down what you can expect on a potentially record-breaking warm weekend coming up.
CTV Ottawa is your home for local news.
Katie Griffin, CTV News in the Byward Market.
Centertown.
Canada.
Stittsville.
Bringing you local stories that matter the most to you.
Kimberly Fowler in Westboro.
Orleans.
Barrhaven.
From every corner of the community. In the Glebe. Manotick.
Merrickville.
Brockville.
From the team you trust, we are CTV News Ottawa.
Live, local, breaking news. CTV News Ottawa.
Your morning just got a little brighter. Wake up and start your day with CTV Your Morning, and you could be $20,000 richer. Simply watch CTV Your Morning Ottawa for the daily code word. Then enter it online at ctvottawa.ca for your chance to win. Imagine what you could do with an extra $20,000. CTV Your Morning's $20,000 giveaway. Watch CTV Your Morning Ottawa, weekday morning 6 to 9.
Our popular Team of the Week segment is back. If you want to be a part of our Myers Automotive Group Team of the Week, upload your video to ctvnewsottawa.ca. Well, every Thursday, we want to put the spotlight on 3 good things happening in our city. We begin tonight with the final fair of the season in the Capital Region. The Metcalfe Fair kicked off today. It will run until Sunday. There are exhibitions, a demolition derby, 4-H shows, horse pulls, and of course the Midway. The event will wrap up the fall fair season. Bryan Adams is coming to Ottawa this weekend. The Canadian rocker is in fine form and bringing his Roll with the Punches tour to the Canadian Tire Centre Saturday night. He'll be joined by the Sheepdogs. Still some tickets available on Ticketmaster.
Way around the near boards, Hayes has it. Hayes has his pocket pick. Here's Bowes. Bowes moves in, scores!
And the 67s will be back at TD Place this weekend after Sunday's successful home opener. They'll be looking for another win after defeating the Greyhounds 7-3 last weekend. They're hosting the Erie Otters Saturday, and it will be a special theme game. The Barber Poles are teaming up with the Red Blacks. Players from the football team will be there, and the 67s will be playing in special limited edition Red Blacks themed jerseys. Puck drop is 3 p.m. Well, do you have a story for us to include in our 3 Good Things segment? Something light or happy? Anything to brighten up the day? Send your ideas to ottawanews@ctv.ca. Well, for years, the Rideau Street McDonald's was the city's most notorious restaurant. From the viral raccoon video to the hundreds of police calls over the years, that chapter in Ottawa's history officially ended in 2023 when the location closed its doors. Now, a new restaurant is turning the page, bringing fine Asian cuisine to 99 Rideau. The new restaurant, called 99 VIP Seafood, is now welcoming customers. CTV's Tyler Fleming has a look inside.
When a lobster tower like this lands in front of you,
it's very impressive.
It's one of the signature dishes at 99 VIP Seafood, which opened on Rideau Street last month. It's Mia Lee's first visit.
It's very Chinese kind of traditional looking, and it's also mixed with modern. So traditional and modern, they all mix together and makes this dish look delicious already. So I am very excited to try it.
Other specialties include fish, oysters, pork, duck, and dim sum. For 30 years, owner and chef Kevin Tan has been crafting these fresh-made dishes.
When I found this location, I think it's the heart of Ottawa. So I want to combine them together and provide the best Chinese cuisine to citizens in Ottawa. We came here several times since they are soft opening.
Giving patron Alex Zhu a chance to try a variety of plates.
It's really tasty and it's all handmade.
C'est délicieux.
While the restaurant is new, its Rideau Street location is well known. Once home to Ottawa's most talked about McDonald's, which closed in 2023 after years of concern over frequent police calls.
I'm happy to take over the location and to provide different choices for people here.
Tan hopes to change the location's reputation, and with more than 80 dishes to choose from, so far it seems to be the case. Mia's first bite says it all.
Incredible, super delicious.
99 VIP Seafood is open 7 days a week from 10:30 a.m. to 11 p.m.
The seafood, the lobster, is really fresh. We love it.
Tyler Fleming, CTV News.
Well, it has certainly warmed up out there in the capital considerably since this morning's frost advisory. Yes, it was a chilly start to the day, but look at this, sunshine and blue skies over at Dow's Lake today, and temperatures are expected to keep on rising into the weekend as we take a full look at your forecast, which is pretty incredible for your first weekend in October. We have mostly clear skies tonight, maybe a few clouds to consider out there, but for the most part, it is going to be glorious tomorrow to end your week, right through the weekend and into Monday with temperatures we typically do not see. We'll break all those down in just a moment, but let's take a look at how things are shaping up across the country. Quite a bit cooler in St. John's, where they have 5 degrees today, just a little bit warmer in Halifax, 14 degrees. Into Ontario, where you're starting to see some of those warmer temperatures. Toronto getting similar conditions to what we are seeing. Windsor, 22 degrees and mostly sunny. And out west, they've got a little bit of what is coming for us. Winnipeg seeing 26 degrees in the sunshine today. Regina at 23. A little cooler in Alberta, 17 in both Edmonton and Calgary, but still some nice sunshine there. And just a tinge cooler in Vancouver at 16 degrees today with a mix of sun and clouds. So overnight tonight, not quite as cold as what we saw last night when they were calling for the possibility of some frost. A few degrees above zero for the most part. 4 here in Ottawa, 5 to the east in Cornwall, a little bit warmer to the west in Pembroke, 6 degrees. Quite a bit warmer tonight in Kingston. They're not going to lose too much of that daytime heat at all there, with an overnight low of 15. For the most part, kind of between 5 and 9 degrees is what we're seeing around our region, with a few clouds overnight as well. 6 in Petawawa, 5 in Maniwaki, and in Tremblant, 5 degrees, where they're not really thinking about skiing anytime soon. And then the daytime highs look like this for your Friday. 24 right here in Ottawa, almost as warm in Cornwall and Brockville. Kingston will see 21 in the sunshine. Trenton, 23 degrees. Same in Bancroft, 24 in Pembroke. To the north of us in Maniwaki, also a 23-degree day. Across the river in Gatineau, 25. A touch cooler in Tremblant, 22 degrees. Montreal will see a beautiful 23-degree Friday in the sunshine. 24 in Kemptville and Petawawa. Your 7-day forecast is brought to you by Davidson Hearing Aid Center, celebrating over 80 years in family business. All right, take a look. 24 degrees to end the week in the sunshine. Those overnight lows going up into the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. 27, 28 degrees. You will see a few clouds in there, mix of sun and cloud. It'll start a little bit cool. It'll end a little bit cool, but in the middle of the day, it's going to feel like July. And on Monday, similar conditions, a mix of sun and cloud, and 27 degrees. A touch cooler on Tuesday with a chance of showers, and then we start to get back into more normal territory for where we should be this year, and we'll probably be talking about frost again by midweek next week.
3, 2, 1, let's do it.
Well, still to come, some of the best views of the Ottawa River and city skyline now available to the public as the historic Hintonburg Pumping Station opens to residents.
Tonight, a holy day turns into a day filled with fear.
We shouldn't be scared to feel or believe in what we believe.
What we are learning about the attack on a UK synagogue and how Canada is reacting. Later on CTV National News.
CTV News community and weather anchor Jackie Perez. Weeknights.
You can now visit a part of the city's history. The former heritage Hintonburg water pumping station, built in 1899, was destroyed by a fire more than 30 years ago. But a massive project has revitalized the space. The site, located on Onagam Street, has reopened as a public space. CTV's Peter Sperling takes a tour.
A part of Ottawa's past now open to explore.
2, 1, let's do it.
This is the former Hintonburg pumping station. Its ruins restored and ready for visitors.
I think it's beautiful.
Dina Wilbur and her family, one of the first to set foot after the official unveiling.
They haven't overly restored it. They haven't tried to make it something it's not, but they've kept the key structures of it. And, you know, now it's just a a beautiful monument.
The site revitalized into a riverfront park area.
To see it rehabilitated in this way and to create an environment where families can come, where people can come on foot, on their bikes, it's just really great. It's going to be great for this community.
The pump house, built in 1899, provided water for Hintonburg's rapid population growth.
And it was replaced after the 1920s by what is now our main pumping station on Lemieux Island behind here. And so it transitioned then to being a residence for the operator of the Lemieux Island facility.
Heritage designated the building destroyed by fire in 1989 until this $2.2 million restoration, pumping new life.
We need to make more investments like this into our city so that people can really, firstly, enjoy the riverfront, which is so important, but also have access to our cultural heritage.
The idea here is this can become an event space, a gathering spot, perhaps somewhere to stop and have a picnic, take wedding photos, or just simply enjoy the view.
We've got this incredible river resource right on our doorstep, and we've ignored it for too long.
Now, one of many new destinations along the river.
Between the River House with the NCC, Westboro Beach, the William Commanda Bridge, and now this space, really giving Ottawa great reasons to visit the river again.
This site, located at the entrance of Lemieux Island, the city says open year-round.
It looks pretty awesome.
Peter Sperling, CTV News.
Well, in tonight's big picture, there is a winner for Fat Bear Week 2025. Chunk, a massive brown bear, takes the crown this year. It's his first win after narrowly finishing in second place the last 3 years. The annual online competition allows viewers to follow 12 bears in Alaska on live webcams and cast ballots. Chunk weighs around 1,200 pounds, and he has a broken jaw, which likely happened while fighting with another bear. Tough guy. Well, now some other stories you need to know right now. With Thanksgiving just over a week away, the Ottawa Mission is appealing for donations for its annual holiday dinner.
We need about 700 turkeys. We've already received probably about 300, so we need about 400 more. The community has been excellent over the years, and we count on them every year. We couldn't do it without them.
The mission is preparing to serve up to 17,000 meals this Thanksgiving. In addition to turkeys, they are looking for potatoes, carrots, gravy, and vegetarian quiches. You can drop off food donations at the mission's garage on Waller Street. This year's Thanksgiving meal will be held on October 13th, and the mission's food truck program will also be serving meals throughout the community all next week. Amazon is hiring nearly 600 seasonal workers in Ottawa as the company prepares for the Christmas shopping rush. The jobs will be based at the 4 Amazon sites across the city. Hiring will begin this month and continue in waves through December. The seasonal roles include stowing, picking, packing, sorting, and shipping customer orders. As Premier Doug Ford moves to ban photo radar cameras across the province, new city data shows they are effective at reducing speeding. The city says the percentage of drivers complying with the speed limits near the cameras increased from 16% to 81% within 3 years of the cameras being installed. Ottawa currently has 60 photo radar cameras. One of CHEO's most important fundraising events is taking place this weekend. RBC Race for the Kids will be held Sunday at Wesley Clover Parks. Hundreds of people will be participating in a 5K, 10K, and 2K family run. It will be a beautiful day. It will be warm, maybe a little warm for the runners, but I will love it. I'll be there to MC and hope to see you out there.
Austin Wells. And he lines one into right field. Fair ball. Chisholm to third. He's being waved. Eden coming home. Here's the throw. He's safe.
Well, the Blue Jays will learn tonight who their opponent will be in the American League Division Series. The New York Yankees scored in the bottom of the 8th inning last night to take a 4-3 lead in Game 2 of their wild card series with the Boston Red Sox. They were able to hold on for the win. Now the teams will face off tonight in the deciding Game 3 to determine who will head to Toronto.
The worst place I could imagine to try to save money, if that's what this is about. It's just a complete lack of respect.
Well, still ahead, Remembrance Day on a budget. Why MPs are limited to just 2 wreaths this year and have to dip into their own pocket if they have other ceremonies to attend.
You're watching CTV News with Patricia Bowl.
Dream big with Move 100. Now, dream $20,000 bigger. Starting next week, listen for your chance to win $20,000. Dream big, win bigger with Ottawa's Move 100.
Get the latest live local breaking news. Sign up now for our morning and evening CTV News Ottawa newsletter. The best local content from CTV News, Your Morning Ottawa, and News Talk 580 CFRA. Get it all in one place. Sign up now at ctvnewsottawa.ca. The CTV News Ottawa newsletter is brought to you in part by CAA Business.
With Remembrance Day just over a month away, we're learning about some changes the federal government is making that could affect events here in Ottawa and across the country. The Carney government is set to limit the number of Remembrance Day wreaths for MPs to display at cenotaphs. CTV's Abigail Beeman has the details.
Laying a wreath at cenotaphs and ceremonies across the country is a long-time tradition and a way to honor veterans at Remembrance Day. In an email obtained by CTV News, the Veterans Affairs Minister writes this year's Wreaths for Parliamentarians program will have a revised format. Each MP will receive 2 wreaths, and additional costs are the responsibility of the requester for those who want more. An order form pegs the cost at $115 a wreath plus shipping costs.
This is just absolutely the worst place I could imagine to try to save money. If that's what this is about, it's just a complete lack of respect.
For MPs in rural ridings, as many as 24 wreaths are needed for legions and cenotaphs across a large geographic area. The Conservative critic for Veterans Affairs says the government should be covering the cost.
It just seems sad that the government didn't think it was important to make sure that every single legion in the country has that wreath to be able to pay their respects to our veterans on Remembrance Day. And I think it's part of a sort of a troubling pattern that we see from this government.
CTV News asked the Veterans Affairs Minister's office a number of questions. Late Wednesday, a staff member said this is not about the government spending review, but that changes were made to more equitably distribute wreaths across different regions, and that the changes were meant to right-size the program, but wouldn't say what was wrong with it. Abigail Beeman, CTV News, Ottawa.
Algoma Steel is bracing for a multi-million-dollar hit as it navigates U.S. duties. BNN Bloomberg's Morella Fernandez has the details.
Algoma Steel says its losses are growing as a result of American tariffs. Algoma expects to lose $80 to $90 million in its third quarter. It sent about 100,000 tons less of its steel to the U.S. because of the 50% tariff. But Algoma's getting some help. Ottawa and the Ontario government have announced $500 million in financing for the hard-hit steelmaker. Ottawa's fiscal watchdog says homes are getting more affordable in Canada. He looked at the gap between average home prices and what a typical household can afford. That gap narrowed the most in Toronto and Hamilton, Ontario. September home sales creeped up in Vancouver, growing just over 1% from last year. But they are still well below the 10-year average. Now in Montreal, September home sales were up 11%. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is down to 71.63. West Texas Intermediate is down over $1 to 60.16. Western Canadian Select down as well to 50.17. And the TSX hit another record close, moving up 52 points today. Those are your business headlines. I'm Morella Fernandez.
It just said Beatles early demos with a question mark.
Well, coming up, a record store owner and one of the best-known musicians in the world. The recording, the moment, and the backstory. That's just ahead.
You're watching CTV News with Patricia Bowl. Hey. CTV and TSN 1200 want you to be the Myers Automotive Group Team of the Week. Your team could win $1,000 for new equipment, tournament fees, or an incredible team party.
Shoot us a quick video uploaded at ctvottawa.ca. Whether it's hockey, ringette, choir, band, or any team in between. Each week, the winning team will join us live in studio at CTV Ottawa at 6 to claim their prize.
Enter today for your chance to be Myers Automotive Group Team of the Week. iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford store, and Eastern Ontario's Ford EV leader.
The weekend just around the corner. Time now to check in with our iHeartRadio Weekender, Tanea Taylor. Tanea.
Kicking it off today with a fun one for the Swifties, brought to you by Fetch Local Markets. Tomorrow night is their biggest night market yet, with dozens of local vendors, and this time with a Taylor Swift twist. It all starts at 4 p.m. and goes until 9 at the Ray Friel Complex. Next up today, the 169th edition of the Metcalf Fair, presented by the Metcalf Agricultural Society. It runs all weekend, and it's a great one to bring the whole family to. It will, of course, feature all your fair favorites like a midway and lots for the kids, along with livestock shows and live entertainment. And finally today is the race to end homelessness. In a city as awesome as Ottawa, no one should be left without a place to call home. This Saturday at the RA Centre, you can participate in a 10K, 5K, or 1K walk that aims to unite our community with one goal in mind, a future where everyone has a home. This is being put on by the Alliance to End Homelessness in Ottawa. For all the details on these events and everything else happening around the capital this weekend, check ctvottawa.ca/weekenders. For the iHeartRadio Weekenders, I'm Tanea Taylor. Have a great one.
iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford store, and Eastern Ontario's Ford EV leader.
Well, auto insurance is a major household expense for many drivers, and rates are rising as insurers face higher costs. But there are still myths that are not true. For example, some drivers believe the color of your car can affect insurance premiums. CTV's Pat Foran separates fact from fiction.
There are about 26 million vehicles on the road in Canada, and it's mandatory to have car insurance. But not all policies are the same, and there can be differences in what's covered and what isn't. The first myth, comprehensive coverage is the same as full coverage. That's false.
It will provide coverage for perils like fire, theft, vandalism, if someone's trying to break into your car, causes damage, that type of thing.
Stephen Harris with lowestrates.ca says collision insurance covers you for accidents with other vehicles, collisions with objects, or hit-and-run crashes. Having both collision and comprehensive is generally considered full coverage. Myth number 2, a personal policy covers rideshare driving. That's false. Most personal policies exclude commercial use, such as ride sharing and food delivery. If you're going to do that, you'll need additional coverage.
But you don't want to shortcut that. You want to be transparent, so at the time of claim, there's no surprises, because it could be a very costly mistake.
If I have 2 at-fault claims, my insurance can go up substantially. That's not a myth. It's true.
If you have 2 at-fault accidents, generally in a period of about within 6 years, you would move into what's called a non-standard insurance market for auto insurance. And yes, your premiums do go up quite a bit.
If I lend my car to a friend and they crash, their insurance pays. That's false. It's a myth.
If you lend your car, you lend your insurance. So if that person is driving the vehicle and is in an at-fault accident, it generally will follow the registered owner of the vehicle. So do be mindful about who you lend your vehicle to.
Older cars only need liability coverage. In this current market, that's false.
Definitely don't assume I have a 10-year-old, 12-year-old vehicle. It's not worth a lot anymore, because it really has changed in the past few years.
A 10-year-old car these days could still be worth $15,000, so you'll want to go over your coverage with your insurance company to see if keeping full coverage on an older vehicle might make sense. Pat Foran, CTV News.
Well, fair to say money can't buy this. When the owner of a Vancouver record store discovered a lost recording the Beatles made in 1962, it made headlines around the world. But he didn't sell the valuable piece of music history. Instead, he gave the tape to one of the men who made it, Sir Paul McCartney. CTV's Shannon Patterson has the story of an unforgettable meeting between the record store owner and his idol.
In the 44 years he's owned Neptune Records, Rob Frith has bought a lot of random music collections.
Someone came in about 10 years ago, and they had a couple of reel-to-reel tapes. And it just said Beatles early demos with a question mark.
Frith figured it was likely a bootleg copy, so it sat behind the desk at Neptune for a decade, until this spring when he booked a studio that had a reel-to-reel player.
We put the tape on, and we thought we'd be hearing like record noise or whatever, and it was like the Beatles were in the room with us.
He posted videos of the 15-song demo on Instagram, and the story blew up.
What we determined after researching everything and having it checked by professionals. We had the actual original master tape that the Beatles recorded January 1st, 1962. It was an audition tape for Decca Records.
It didn't take long for the story to reach Sir Paul McCartney, who invited Rob and his family to Los Angeles 2 weeks ago, where the Friths would give him the tape in person.
I was one that got to hand it over to him, and it was pretty wild. Just weird, kind of being like, and here it is.
This is stuff that Paul signed for us.
While the Friths were asked not to take photos of their meeting, Sir Paul did autograph some Beatles memorabilia for them.
We are looking at my signed copy of Sgt. Pepper's.
The family had lunch with the superstar and even sat in on a rehearsal session.
The four of us got to sit there and have a full set of Paul McCartney and his band playing, and we're the only ones in the audience in the rehearsal space. It was mind-blowing.
He came up behind my mom and goes, "Hi, Vicky, how are you today?" And I thought I saw her soul exit her body right about then.
The Friths know an original Beatles demo reel could have fetched a tidy sum at auction.
And then that tape would have sat in some millionaire or billionaire's basement, never to be looked at again. And, what good is it there?
What they got was better than money.
I got paid in that I got to meet Paul McCartney. That was good enough for me.
Shannon Patterson, CTV News, Vancouver.
What is going on with the posture? It's giving no girl, not showgirl. What are we doing? Elegance. Charm.
Well, coming up, what's a Swiftie to do? Stay up or catch up? New music from Taylor drops at midnight with a unique cinematic follow-up this weekend. Here's a live look now through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. It is 17 degrees out there in Ottawa ahead of a warm end to the week and a beautiful weekend on the way. Those details for you coming up in just a moment.
You're watching CTV News with Patricia Bowl.
Pure Country 94, Ottawa's country music station. Pure access to the biggest stars and the hottest songs. After all the bars are closed. Download the free iHeartRadio app to listen to Pure Country everywhere.
Tomorrow on CTV Your Morning Ottawa, Taylor Swift's brand new album is here. We break it down for you on tomorrow morning's show. Wake up the right way with Your Morning Ottawa starting at 6 a.m.
Hairstyles, courtesy of Salon Fiorella.
Well, here's what is on CTV tonight. E-Talk, The Big Bang Theory, Hell's Kitchen, MasterChef Canada, and back-to-back episodes of Big Bang. Here's a recap of the top stories we are following right now.
Our investigation has revealed today that this is an isolated incident. We don't believe that there's any threat to public safety.
Ottawa police are investigating after a man was stabbed to death in the city's East End this morning.
The picket lines have completely blocked off the entrances to cars. There was police controlling the lineup.
Thousands of Ontario college support workers escalating strike action, blocking vehicle access at 6 colleges across the province, including Algonquin College, after talks with their employer broke down on Monday.
We could take it over and run it in the way that they had intended to. Through that, they could recoup some losses.
And Algonquin's Perth campus is up for sale as the college faces a multi-million-dollar budget deficit. But a group of local residents is fighting to keep the campus open. We have one final look at the forecast for you. It's pretty simple. Lots of sunshine on the way. It will be about 4 degrees when you wake up tomorrow. So again, a cool start to the day, but not getting quite as low as we saw last night. We do not have a frost advisory in effect for you for tonight. It will warm up nicely with that mix of sun and cloud through the day tomorrow. 24 degrees is our daytime high, and then possibly a record-breaking October weekend for you with a mix of sun and cloud both Saturday and Sunday, and temperatures right up into the high 20s both days, 27 and 28 degrees. And then you get a bonus day on Monday. If you like those conditions, stick around, 27 with a mix of sun and cloud as you head back to work. Just dropping slightly into Tuesday. We do have a chance of showers. We break that perfect weather on Tuesday, 25 degrees, about 30%. And then October kind of reminds us of what it's all about, 14, 13 degrees into midweek. Well, finally for us tonight, one of the world's biggest music stars is just hours away from releasing new music.
What is going on with the posture? It's giving no girl, not showgirl. What are we doing? Elegance. Charm. not that.
Well, that is Taylor Swift promoting her new album, The Life of a Showgirl, which comes out at midnight. Her 12th studio album will feature songs about her life during the record-breaking Eras tour, hence the Showgirl. Yes, you get it. The pop star is also releasing a movie in theaters to coincide with the album. It will be playing in theaters across the globe from tomorrow to Sunday. So limited release, kind of a movie. It will feature behind-the-scenes footage and the first music video on the new album. And there's Taylor on her boyfriend's podcast with Travis Kelce and his brother Jason when they were announcing the new album. So a dilemma for people who like to sleep through the night tonight. Do you make cupcakes and stay up like my daughter's doing, or do you sleep and figure it out in the morning? Maybe catch up with the morning show here. They're promising to break it down for you. So if you're interested in that, tune in the morning. That is all the time we have. Thanks so much for being here. We'll talk to you again tomorrow at 6 o'clock.